Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I was supposed to do this video like a whole month ago after we got back from Puerto Rico because I've been getting a lot of questions about Puerto Rico. So yeah, let me go ahead and get this video out to you guys. Literally, me and my sister planned the trip to Puerto Rico in 2 days. Things you need to get in order before you go to Puerto Rico with the virus going on. So first off, you need to go on Puerto Rico's website and sign their declaration. And the declaration pretty much states that you have taken a COVID test prior to arriving in Puerto Rico. They want you to have that done 72 hours before you go to Puerto Rico. So make sure you get that done. When you do the declaration, if you do get your test results back while you're there and they come out positive, you do have to stay in your hotel room or whatever the whole time you're there. You cannot come out, and that's what the declaration is for. Is pretty much saying that you can send that if you get your results while you're there and it comes back positive, you are going to stay and keep in quarantine and keep everybody else safe. Is they ask for your phone number and everything. Once we got back from Puerto Rico, they sent out what they call a Sarah alert, and it pretty much sent it out days after we got back. So I guess they calculate once you leave, they want to keep an update and see if you're developing any symptoms or anything. So once we got back from Puerto Rico, we did receive these text messages pretty much asking, have we experienced any symptoms of the virus? And it tells you to type yes or no. And they did that for about a week after we got back. And I guess if you give them, I got about 3 of them. And I guess once you say you don't have any symptoms after 3 times, they stop, because they did stop after that. We did the declaration first. Then we looked for a hotel. So when we were looking it up, we were going to do an all-inclusive, but all-inclusive, I think they were like $6.89 per person, but it had the hotel fees. And I'm like, no, I just want to pay one flat rate. I don't want to have to worry about any extra fees once we get there. Like, I want to pay everything before we get there. So we did not go with the all-inclusive. We end up doing a Airbnb, so they consider it. But the Airbnb we did was the Coronado Lagoon, which is the eye view. You go on Airbnb.com. It's called the iView Hotel, and it's a hotel really. It's not an Airbnb. It's a hotel. So the hotel are converting their rooms into Airbnb. So like it had a full kitchen, bathroom, little living room area, and bed all included in the room. So that's what they're now considering as an Airbnb. So the price for that Airbnb was, the whole total for the 4 nights that we stayed there was $559.56. So let me break it down to show you how much it was per, for the whole thing. So they charged us $100.50 for the 4 nights, and then they have a cleaning fee of $60, and then they have a service fee of $65, and then they also have a occupancy tax for $32.34. So that's why it came up to $559.56. So that was the whole price for the 4 days of staying in Puerto Rico, which I thought was pretty good, considering we were going to be splitting in 2 ways, me and my sister. So we booked the Airbnb, and then we were like, okay, let's not book the flight yet until we know where we can go to get this COVID testing. So we did book the Airbnb, and you could cancel, within a certain time frame. So I was nervous. I'm like, I don't want to waste my money. Like, what if the COVID test come back positive? Like, we won't be able to go. So anyway, we did find out places where we could go and get the COVID testing. I do work in the healthcare field, so I was able to go and get an appointment set up to get COVID testing, although my sister does not. So we looked online, and we found this local area where they do free COVID testings. You don't need an appointment, and you can just literally drive up that day and get it done and be done with it. So we set up that morning, and she got her COVID testing. She did get the nasal testing done. We literally drove up. They asked for her name. She filled out some information. They came, swabbed her, And we were like, oh, we're going out of town. Do you have a paper showing that we got the test? Because we didn't know if they were going to ask for the test when we got to Puerto Rico, or, you know, I didn't know how they were doing it. So we wanted to have that just in case. So he was able to give her a piece of paper that pretty much states that she was at the testing site, and he signed off on it, and we left. So my COVID testing was scheduled for noon. So it was perfect. We were like right on time. So we left there and we drove so I can get my COVID testing. So we pulled up to the facility to get mine. Drove around, he came out, and my test, thank God, I got an oral swab. So they just swabbed each side of my throat, and they were done. And so we drove off. I'm like, yes, okay. So that's all checked off the list. So we got the Airbnb checked off and COVID testing checked off, because they want you to have the COVID testing 72 hours before you come. So, and we went back home and we looked up flights. So, like I said, we literally planned this in 2 days. This was on Tuesday. We looked up flights, and our flights were $372, and that was round trip, which I thought was pretty good too. The flight was we left from St. Louis, and then we went to Orlando, and then we had a layover in Orlando, and then we went straight to San Juan, and that was there. And then on the way back, we left from San Juan, and we didn't really have a layover, but we did literally sit on the plane and wait for more people to come on, and then we left back out, and that was back in Orlando as well, and then we went back to St. Louis. So that was pretty cool too. I want to tell you guys about the Uber. Everything is so affordable there. Like every meal that we ate was under $20. You can really eat real inexpensive there. Nothing's really expensive. And the Ubers ranged from, let's see, the most expensive Uber we took was from the airport to our Airbnb, and that was $11.98. And then all the rest of them was like $5 or between $5 and $8 to go wherever we were going. It just really depends on what all you're going to do. We did waste, well, I won't say we wasted, well, we did waste one Uber ride, but another one, we didn't know where we were going, and we ended up at the mall. So it was nice. We got to see what the mall looked like. So, and the whole total for the Uber for the whole 4 days that we were there, we paid $61.12 in Uber rides, which I thought was real affordable for 4 days. And like I said, it really depends on where you're trying to go, because a lot of stuff is in walking distance. And if you plan it right, you probably can come out cheaper than that. With flight and hotel and the Uber, it came up to $993.38. It can be cheaper than that because they have Airbnbs cheaper than the one that we picked. We just picked that one because I like the view, and it was, like I said, a Airbnb, and I didn't have to worry about the extra taxes and all that stuff, so that was nice. So with the Airbnb, they did have a guy that actually checks you in and tells you where to go and where to get the key and all that. So that was nice. We pretty much just went and checked out like a regular hotel. Places that we checked out was the La Gordita. We went there for lunch the first day. Beautiful view. Food selection, it depends on what you like to eat. The way to get in there is really, really neat, because it's like there's a really little tunnel where literally only one car can come in and go down at a time, and literally you have to like honk the horn before you can go through. I thought it was really neat, and we had to walk through the tunnel to come back out. And I was so paranoid because I'm like, what if a car comes down while we're trying to walk up? Like, it's really like this little, like even a car and a person could barely fit in this little tunnel. So I was nervous, but thank God no cars came when we were coming from out of there. So that was good. You want to check out the Carmelo Anthony basketball court. This is also by La Gorditas. It's like in the same area. You can walk out from that restaurant and go down the street, and it's like right in the middle of the neighborhood. It's really neat. And like on the way to the court, it's like real live chickens like just hanging around in the area. Like, yeah, something you don't normally see every day. Also in that area, and this is all in old San Juan, so this is in the same area. You want to check out San Felipe. That is also in that area, and that's where the big castels, I think that's what they call them. Anyway, it's like a bunch of them, but that's the biggest one. San Felipe is the biggest one. So you want to check that out. And then one thing that we wanted to do that we did not get to do, we wanted to go take the boat from San Juan to the Virgin Islands. But with COVID, the boats were not running, so we were not able to do that. After the virus and everything, you might be able to do that. And I think it's 125 round trip. So a lot of people suggest that if you do that, you want to at least spend 1 day in the Virgin Islands and then come back, and not try to do the same day and come back. But when I do go back to San Juan, I do plan on taking the port over and go to the Virgin Islands, because I hear the beaches are beautiful there. So that's something I'm gonna do next time we go. They also, it was a lot of attractions still open. Midnight kayak, or light up kayak, where you can go out on the boats at night, and they literally like had glowing lights that was in the water. Like, I was scared to do that. We didn't get on any kayaks at all. You are, you know, adventurous, you can definitely check those. I believe they were supposed to fully open Puerto Rico back up the 18th of August. So they might be fully open now. I don't know, I haven't checked since we've been back. Another thing that I liked about when we went, they did literally check your temperature, and everybody had either alcohol spray or some type of hand sanitizer in every store you went in, which was really good, because I'm like, we don't even have that here, you know, where I live, and they are like strict on it. Like, as soon as you walk in, they want to check your temperature and they want you to clean your hands, which I thought was awesome. Like, the perfect place to vacation. I will definitely not be going back to Miami. Miami is done for. Like, it's overrated and it's too expensive. Puerto Rico is my place to go. That is my go-to place, like, for real, because it gives you the same vibes you have. So it gives me the vibes of the fashion district, where we can walk and see all different shops. And then the Miami is literally a strip. Coronado, the other area from San Juan, it's like the different type, I guess the more modern part of San Juan. That reminds me of Miami. So you kind of get the best of both worlds going to Puerto Rico. And then the fact that you can take the boat and go to the Virgin Islands is like even a bigger plus. So, but all in all, the trip was amazing. Like, I'm going back. Like, I was almost tempted to go back. So we went on the 6th through the 11th or something like that. I'm probably getting the date wrong. But anyway, my birthday was on the 24th of August, and I was thinking about going back for my birthday. That's how much fun I had and how inexpensive it was, and just, it was perfect. But I'm glad I didn't go back, because another hurricane hit, and I don't want no parts of that. So that's another thing you want to be mindful of when you do go to Puerto Rico. Hurricane season. Be real careful about hurricane season, because a hurricane hit right before we went, and then we left, and literally like about a week and a half after we got back, another one hit. So be mindful of hurricane season with Puerto Rico. They're used to it, but you don't want no parts of it. I do encourage everybody to go to Puerto Rico. Like, I had somebody ask me, did it feel like I was like confined because the fact that it's the island? Like, no, I did not. Like, it was just so pretty and beautiful, and you don't really even feel it. So it was fine. I loved it. Like, my new go-to spot, and real inexpensive scenery, and the colorful buildings, and even the people. We met some really nice people there. Like, it was an awesome time. Like, I'm going back. And you know, if you got a budget, I really would say, you know, next time I go, I might even do a little challenge to see if I can do the whole trip like under $500, like hotel and all. I'll try it. Like, that might be my challenge. I hope this video was helpful to you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, I'm going to show you guys my hat. Michelle Vinay. Make sure you check them out. And they do have these hats in several colors, and they also have another style of hats, and that is at michellevinay.com. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.